Welcome back to the Burn Bootcamp podcast. My name is Trisha Pena. I'm the Vice President of Marketing, and I'm beside...
Hello, everybody. Matt Morris, VP of Fitness. Welcome back.
Yes, we are so excited. The 2023 is coming to an end, and we thought we we're going to come to you guys with just some highlights of the 2023 year when it comes to Burn Bootcamp, but also kind of things that we were able to accomplish within our personal lives and really kind of get you guys to think about what you accomplished. I think that's something we always talk about, what's next and what are your goals for the next year, but I think it's also good to take a step back and look at what you accomplished throughout the year.
I like end of the year types of things. I'm always a fan when I was younger, when you were in the car and like the radio station at the end of the year plays like the top best 40 songs of the year and just a banger after banger after banger.
Yep.
So let's do that for a burn.
Let's do it. All right. Well, we started off 2023 strong. Probably the strongest start to the brand has ever had, which was really exciting. Good momentum for us. And that led to the next thing that happened as, you know, from a leadership. So we're both on the leadership team. We're always looking ahead. And one of the things that was really exciting to see come to life was Burn Bootcamp Live going public. Mm-hmm. So that happened in March. And that was something that was not like a random decision. It was something you'd been working on for like 2 years prior.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
2.5 years.
So it was
3 years in March.
A long time in the works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think to go back to beginning of the year, I think if you guys remember Flex Your Fitness, I know it's been a long year for some of us. Mm-hmm. Flex Your Fitness, I think, was a huge success for the brand. There was such positive feedback from members of a true strength challenge to start the year, and I think that gave a lot of people who have been with Burn for multiple years and new people to really get stronger in a 4-week period. So that may or may not be coming back next year. So wink, wink on Flex Your Fitness. So I think to start the year off with literally to feel strong, I think was a huge momentum booster rolling into Burn Bootcamp Live in March. So yeah, it was 3 years in the making for Burn Bootcamp Live. Yeah. We went through like 3 studio renditions. It didn't used to look like a gym. It used to be like black, dark.
I remember that.
No floor, just yoga mats and working out. So
yeah. So then you went public, you went live. The world got to know Matt.
Yeah. So, I mean, you might say that's a bad thing.
No.
If you get to know me, I'm just kidding. No, it was 3 years in the making. I think I trained every camp knowing the fact that one day it would be public. So I told myself, all right, I'll give 100% of me 100% of the time for every live, because once it goes public and you get people that are not part of Burn Bootcamp, then you got to make them fall in love with the brand. And if I can be the first person for them to do that, then I got to train my ass off. And that's what I continue to do today.
Well, I think, testament to you, because we've gotten feedback from members who have said they'll go to a gym and go to one of our locations, take a camp, and then they'll take one of Matt's Burn Bootcamp Live, and they say they feel like they're on the floating floor. So nice job to you.
There's one thing I love to do when there's new people in the studio, and there's been times of this throughout this year, is if no one's seen a Burn Bootcamp Live and they're in studio, when Jordan, the producer, puts his hand up and the red light comes on, the first word or a couple words I say, I'm looking peripherally through the camera or past the camera to make sure if their head pops up. That's how hard and intense I want it to come across, because that's going to come through the screen. So I've had that a couple of times this year, which is cool to have. And I know, luckily I'm not a person who can't hear my voice if I hear it in a TV. I don't have an annoying voice, but that's been fun.
You don't think you do?
I don't think I do. Please let me know if I do, and I'll try and change it.
Okay. No, that's cool. And I think right around that same time, if we're going to go like in chronological order, I had just gotten my promotion, which I was, so I was promoted to VP of Marketing earlier this year, right around February. And I was able to be part of like the decision process of taking Burn Bootcamp Live public. And obviously what that meant from a marketing perspective, what was our marketing strategy around it? Like I said, it wasn't a decision we just thought of. We definitely put a lot of thought into it. So that was something for me personally that happened earlier.
What was like the main thing you were worried about taking it public? If you could remember back to March, you're like, this is one thing we got to make sure we get right.
I think technology is always, it's the unknown of technology. I mean, I had confidence in you. I have confidence in our team. Production falls underneath of our, underneath marketing. So that the whole production side, shout out to Caleb, who's behind the camera right now. I had all the faith in you guys. It's just like, what if something goes wrong? And then it's, just making sure.
We had some of those days.
We did. And I think, you're always going to learn. So I don't think there was anything that I was like, we can't learn. We're going to have these opportunities to learn. And I think there's a quote, and I'm going to misquote it, but basically it's, if you're not trying, you're not growing. Right. So we got to try it. We got to figure it out, because we knew that was the next step to take us to now where we are with on demand. So we had to take those baby steps to learn on this platform, YouTube, to make sure we were figuring things out. So that way, when we did go and we developed this whole now category of content, we knew how to get there. And
in March, that's when we started recording.
Yeah.
The Burn on Demand content you guys see now. It took 6 months of, I would train the live. I would take like a 10-minute break, gather my thoughts, and then do another piece or 2 pieces of content right afterwards. And that was a long couple months. Yeah, I mean, there's 200 pieces of content on demand. So we had to more coming.
Work on I didn't do anything. It was all them. But so that was March.
That's March.
And then, I mean, when did you get promoted?
I don't even know. Not till after Summit, September. So we got to talk about Summit first.
Summit.
Is that the next big thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Summit, for those, is more of an internal event, but all of our franchise partners come together, all of our ops managers, whoever they want to invite from their teams, trainers, a lot of trainers from across Burn Nation. Shout out to the trainers, shout out to ops managers, shout out to all the crews. But we went to Denver.
First time towards the West Coast.
Yep.
We usually have it in Charlotte or Florida. But this was in Denver, Colorado.
It was in Denver. It was fun. It was a good time. It's always a good time to get Burn Nation together.
Yeah.
We learn, we grow. And then that really was the I had told my team, for us, from a marketing perspective, we had a lot happen in the back half of the year. And that was the tipping point of all of the things afterwards for us. We didn't have a lot really going on until Summit. And then once Summit was over, we had thing after thing after thing. So to us, it really set the momentum up, because I think
for the back half of the year.
For the back half of the year, yeah. Which we rolled.
It's been crazy.
It's been crazy. I think right after Summit, let me get my month straight, that was August. So then we had a brand campaign. So for those of you who don't know,
talk about that. I'm sure they've seen either the campaign on YouTube or.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you guys have seen our Burn Bootcamp ads on YouTube. We're also on other connected TV platforms, but we'd never, just very transparently, we'd never done any kind of brand campaign for the brand before. Anything we've ever done has been tied to a promotion. So this was the first time that we were able to do something that really just reintroduced Burn Bootcamp to the world, really. And so we had a massive shoot. The team did a really great job putting it together, and that rolled out in September. And it's been so cool to see people and hear. I've heard members say my kid was watching YouTube and they said, "Mommy, it's your gym." So really just getting that awareness. I mean, if you're listening to this, you know about Burn Bootcamp. Our goal, I mean, that's no surprise from a marketing perspective. My goal is always going to be brand awareness. And so for that to start to take place and to take shape, it's an exciting moment for us going into the app launch.
Yeah. Well, and shout out to the people that were involved, because there were some members in there that got very vulnerable on camera, and sometimes that can be hard. So
thank you for that.
Shout out to those people.
Yeah. Burn Bootcamp Elizabeth. Also, it was shot at Burn Bootcamp Elizabeth. So shout out to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Brand campaign and member summits next.
So brand campaign. And then I don't know, 15 days later, we had our first ever member summit, which was also a huge event for our team. It was a marketing event. We hosted it here in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the convention center. And it was, a memorable experience. It was really, really fun to see members come together. I always sit in this seat, and I do oftentimes when I'm just in my role, I put my member hat on a lot, right? Because this brand does mean a lot to me. I was a member first. And so to kind of see other members come together and see how the brand has really impacted their lives in the best way, and how they wanted to share that with everybody, and how we all just kind of came together in this collective we know what this brand is doing and how and the impact that it can make. We always say it transcends fitness. We're building confidence in people, and you could just see that in all these people that were at Member Summit. So it was really just a time for us to get together. We called it like Experience Burn Boot Camp. We had an awesome transformation panel, which a lot of people shared their stories. We talk a lot about Burn Boot Camp, about your why. Why are you here? And no one's why is better than anyone else's. It's just really cool to see and hear other people's journeys and where they started and how Burn Boot Camp has helped them become a better version of themselves.
So if you're a member out there and you got the person that's putting member summits together, what's your goal for the next member summit?
More people.
More people?
Yeah. We want to get everyone together. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing is we have over 100,000 members in Burn Nation. We all want to come together. We want to meet each other. We always say community, right? This is a really great time for us to get outside of our local communities. I'm a member at Burn Boot Camp Lake Norman. This got me outside of those four walls and see members from Waukesha, there was some from California, from Texas. So I think for me, it'd be great to have every location represented at Burn Boot Camp.
Let's do it.
Member Summit.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen, guys.
Let's do it.
So yeah. Then the app launch. Literally like 2 days later.
Yeah. So the member summit was on the weekend, and then app launch was Monday, October 2nd. So we're sitting here at the end of the year. It's been a couple months since the app launched. Again, back to technology. Was it 100% smooth sailing? No, it was not. But we worked our butts off to get it as smooth as possible it is right now. And again, a lot of that driving is on the app is obviously Burn on Demand, Keep Moving Club. What else is the app really used for?
Child Watch. Shout out to you can book more than one kid on Child Watch.
Woo!
For Child Watch. That's amazing. That's a big one.
You got a lot of kids.
I have three. Kids. So instead of I just like many of you, I had to go to like the desktop version and like book Child Watch when I wanted to bring my kids. Now you can just do it straight in the app. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
You can shop. You can go to the shop. Did you already say that?
No. I missed that.
Yeah, you can go to the shop.
You can go to the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Athlete games.
And then
Athlete games. Trish was a commentator.
Yeah.
2 years in a row. I think Athlete Games this year was, we did it at Lake Norman, which is our HQ gym, and we had the most athletes ever participating in these Athlete Games. Again, we have a standard division and a master's division. Our ultimate goal with Athlete Games is obviously to get as many trainers competing as possible, but also get it big enough where we can take it off site out of a gym where we build the gym in a bigger space. And I thought the coolest thing was if you guys viewed it on YouTube, it looked beautiful. A lot of cool camera angles. You got to see really what Burn Boot Camp feels like through a screen. And you can see trainers getting their asses kicked.
It's so inspiring. Like, just truly, I obviously didn't get to like watch it from a viewer perspective since I was talking and commentating through it, but since I was able to commentate, I was able to watch it from that lens, and just to see them give it their all. I told Katie Burke, who has competed in Athlete Games, and she's a trainer at Burn Boot Camp Lake Norman, that now sometimes when I'm in camp, I think about how she just pushed herself to the limit, and how I'm like, if she can do it in that moment, like I can get through 5 more jump lunges or whatever the exercise is. So these trainers they're inspiring all of us. And I just think it's truly incredible what we interviewed a couple of them or a lot of them. And I think every single one of them shouted out their members back at home, and they would say they're doing this for their members because as a trainer, and I was a trainer at one point, you have to inspire your members, but like also practice what you preach. And this is their way of saying like, listen, I'm going to put it all on the line, and I want to inspire you because you inspire me, which is a beautiful message.
We launched some good nutrition products this year. So shout out if you're on creatine. Trisha's on creatine.
Holla. Yeah.
I think it's been a huge, see back there?
There it is.
This little clear bottle. That's a game changer. So if you're not on creatine, get on it and see your workouts. See your workouts go to another level. Collagen is also out. So, I mean, pumpkin spice we don't have it in here, pumpkin spice. But there's more things coming in 2024 that you're going to get excited about from a nutrition product standpoint.
Pay attention to your emails. Follow us on social. You'll get all the tips and tricks.
Yeah. Okay, we talked about Burn Boot Camp, but let's just talk about some real stuff. So, like, personally, professionally, what's been your highlight and something that you want to make sure that you improve for next year? I'm not a big into New Year's resolutions. I think they're crap, but if I can take something from last year, get it better, and then also harp on the fact, man, I did this really well last year. What were those things for you?
This year was really more about like a reset if you're going to talk about professionally, since I was in a new seat and our marketing team is like almost 20 people
You lead
deep.
a lot of people.
We have a bit. I think it actually surprises people when they ask me how many people are on our team, and I tell them it's almost 20, and probably, by 2024 it'll be past that. We're growing really fast, and so it was really important for me to get to know every single person on my team, to understand exactly what they do. It's important for me to be able to support them. I can't maybe, I'm not a graphic designer. That's not my what I went to school for, but I want to be able to support in any way that I can and understand those their role specifically. So that for me, also while planning Member Summit and all the other things, that's what I did this year. And I think next year it's continuing to help support them. Now I have a really good understanding of our structure of our team, but now it's getting ahead from a vision perspective and making sure that I'm not only watching out for the growth of our brand and making sure that we're staying ahead of the game, but also for my people. Career pathing is really important for me. It was important for me as an individual, it still is. And so I take that very seriously. So I'm always making sure I'm at least 90 days, if not more, ahead of what's next for the team. How can I help them grow? So I think that's for us. It's like growth. That's the biggest thing for 2024 is growth across the board from brand and team.
In your fitness journey, what do you want to accomplish next year? What's one or two things you want to make sure that you want to do, maybe you haven't done yet?
I might do level up games. I might do it. I don't know. I've been saying that for, I think, 2 years now, and that might be something I do. It's just a different way to challenge myself.
Don't say might then. Say I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it.
I know. I just don't know when it is going to be.
It doesn't matter when it is.
Lindsay Baker, if you're listening to this.
I'm putting you down right now. Is it a yes or a no?
Okay. Yes. I'm going to participate in Burn Boot Camp like Norman's level up games.
Are you in the Masters division?
I'm not a trainer anymore.
I'm just kidding.
And I'm not 40 yet. I'm not. I would be in the standard, and there's no way I'm competing against those people. Y'all are beasts.
Okay.
What about you? Both. You have to answer both questions because you.
What was the first one? I got a bad memory.
Your first one is professionally.
Okay.
And personally, like in your personal professional life, what did you learn, and then what do you want to change?
I think professionally, what I'm proud of this year is, I think for a while when I started Burn Boot Camp, I thought that I wouldn't be great leading people, but I think people that I lead have allowed me the opportunity to do so. I can be so real quick. We do culture index at Burn Boot Camp, and it's pretty much like
it's like a personality
thing. It's like 98% accurate.
It's like
and there's a line in
Enneagram Enneagram.
Yeah, it tells you basically
I'm
who
not
you
saying
are.
that right.
Basically who you are. Anyway, there's a line in Culture Index that stuck out to me, and sometimes I can be pretty straightforward and abrupt, and sometimes. I think I've grown in the fact that having conversations leading with empathy and understanding the fact that if you lead somebody and you don't grow them, it's not that person's fault, it's yours. So I think professionally I've grown in that way. Personally, I didn't get injured this year, which I think has helped if I get injured and I can't work out, then mentally I'm in a bad space.
Yep.
So injury free. What I want to accomplish next year? Oh man, 2024. What I want to do is I gotta participate in a Burn Boot Camp Live. So if someone has to train it, I'll be in one of the spots. I've never had. It's kind of like you drive. If you're in your own car and you're not driving, it feels weird. That's what it's gonna feel like for me if I'm in one of those spots and someone's training. So
that's cool.
I got to do that, and also I promised Lindsay Treadway I would do a knockout. So I got to do that in 2024.
All right.
So
when are you gonna pencil yourself in?
I don't know.
Pin yourself in.
Whenever.
To the schedule. No, just like you said to me, you got to make it happen.
Oh, the next time we record some content. Okay. So I'll do it.
Oh, for that.
Yep.
All right. We get through the year?
Yeah. We got to the year.
Well, you guys, we kind of shared some of our personal, professional wins, if you will, what we're looking forward to for 2024. We want to hear from you. Share on social, on the comments on YouTube. Let us know kind of what your goals are. Shout out your location.
Yeah.
Let me know if you're going to be at the next member summit. Hey, if you're a trainer out there, sign up for Athlete Games. That's going to be coming up soon.
Next year. It's going to be huge.
Stay on the lookout for all the things happening in 2024.
All right.
You want to take us out, Matt?
I'll take us out, guys. 2 claps on 2, 1, 2.
Bye.
You can't forget that. That's your sign off.